lyrically, what you saying with this Saturday Night Special and this new project? What is L saying?
So on the song on Saturday Night Special, what I'm basically saying is the most important thing you can do is stand on your word and be solid in your life, whether you are pledging, trying to get a job, trying to go past the bar, on the middle of the street in the hood, or football practice, baseball, whether you going to nursing school, whether you delivering a package, like, for FedEx, like UPS, it doesn't matter. Like, staying on the word and saying what you mean and meaning what you say is super important. And
that's absolutely
like,
right.
And that's real life. And like, I felt like with the project, the album, man, I just wanted to show people that, it's possible to take, 10, 20, you could take a decade off and then return at a high level, and that dreams don't have deadlines. And I also felt like, just from a cultural standpoint, I just wanted to write some songs and just put some songs out there that, like, impact people, have a major impact on lives. You know what I'm saying? Not like preachy stuff. I'm just saying, like, just touch the people and elevate the culture. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of keep contributing to it and just show the young artists that you can be proud to be an MC. You can be proud to be a rapper, and you can take pride in that as an artist, and you don't have to look at it as a stepping stone for something else. Doesn't mean you want to do other things, because that's beautiful. You should expand your horizons and do other things, but you can take pride in being an MC and a rapper. Like, that's okay. That's enough. Like, that's a good thing. You just have to be good at it and, go hard with it. So that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Man, and let me tell you, it's funny because I'm looking at you and I'm like, bro, you got to be a vampire. Like, you don't age. Like, just real talk. Like, you don't age, and then you get back in the booth and it's like, is he wearing a red Kangol? Like, bro, it just seemed like you just stepped right into it, just shook Sam Hanna and just said, all right, now I'm back to L.
100%, because, I played that character for 15 seasons. But music is my first love, man. This is what I love. This is what I do. This is what's in my DNA. Like, this is like, I love hip hop culture. I love our culture. I love my people. I love my fans. I love the people that love this stuff we do. And, man, like, that's the real inspiration. The real inspiration is because I love it and it's fun. Like, sometimes it ain't even that complicated. It's just fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just fun, B. Like, I just, it's fun to me. Like, since Crush Groove, since when I first started, this has always been fun to me. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm not going to try to make it more serious than it is. Like, it's just fun. And I love it because of that. I love writing my rhymes. I love, dancing on a beat differently, finding ways to dance on a beat. I love, the idea of like putting the thing together. Like, I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, there's no disrespect in this, but I want to see how you answer this question again. And it's just the vampire thing. I'm sticking with this because I've seen guys that came in the game with you. Doing a lot of concerts out here. I mean, you put a lot of people up to work in that last run with Rock the Bells. So there's a lot of people out here who have aged. When you bump into people, how did do they look at you like, bruh, why I'm over here with the Morgan Freeman and you over there like you in a Neutrogena commercial?
Yo, let me tell you something, man. We like, anybody, look, if you born like from 79 or earlier, like, if you from 79 or earlier, you bumping into people like you went to high school with, they look like, B, it's like their body's about to fall off the bones. Like, it's crazy. Like, but listen, man, we all know somebody like that. We all got friends like that. And, they 900 pounds heavier and all that. You got to take care of yourself, you know what I'm saying? And do the best you can. It doesn't mean that everybody's not going to look the same. So we're not trying to do that. You want to be the best you could be. That's all. You ain't got to look like The Rock. You ain't got to look like, you know what I'm saying? But you want to be the best you can be. And that's the goal with this thing. And so, for me, it's like, like recently, just, like I go through spurts. Maybe I don't eat as much meat. I might lay off that for a little while if I feel like, because that all that that creatine in the meat, it makes you heavy. When you see a lot of people eating that barbecue and eating that soul food, it's good food, but it gets you heavy. So you might lay off of that, or what I'm saying, take your supplements. You know what I'm saying, go to the gym because it's good for your mind too. The exercise is not just about. It's not just about like the aesthetics. It's about the mental.
Yeah, no, for sure.
The
No,
mind. The endorphins kick in, you think clearer. You know what I mean?
I absolutely agree with you, man, because you're in a better space when you're doing it right that way. Now, I tell everybody there was a moment when I realized you was different, and I told myself I was going to tell you this when I got face to face with you, the day that Whitney Houston passed.
Oh yeah.
And you were hosting the awards.
Yeah.
Everything changed. Your script, your teleprompter, I know that world, everything changed. And for me to look at TV and see this hip hop, because you're a hip hop guy to us first, like Sam Hanna and everything else besides. This hip hop guy was ready for that moment that was the biggest moment of the world and handled it flawlessly. So afterwards, I was like, he could have dropped the ball and everybody would have understood.
Yeah.
But the professionalism right there was absolutely 100.
Listen, man, God is great. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, in life, you got to be able to handle the pressure. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to handle those moments. And sometimes prayer is the answer. Well, it's always the answer, but there are moments when people need to hear it as a collective. You know what I'm saying? There are moments when prayer is the collective answer. And there are moments when, there are certain actions have to take place. So yeah, she was amazing. May she rest in power. And obviously the Grammys was a real special time. And I didn't want to see those artists get cheated out of having a wonderful night. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to respect her and honor her because she was so important to all of us. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, you know what I mean? And funny as hell too. Yo, she was funny, man. She was funny. But yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, baby. We gotta we can't limit ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Dreams don't have deadlines. You're gonna get in different situations. You're gonna have to be fluid with it, and you're gonna have to be able to flow. And you're gonna, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? And then I think a key to this whole thing is just being nimble and being agile. Mentally nimble, mentally agile, and physically. And that's what your man does. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it, baby. And now here we are. You know what I mean?
Here we are. You got
Saturday Night Special, getting it all the way in.
You got that boy Crack on there. You got Ricky Rose on there. Why were they the first ones out the gate?
So I felt when I wrote the song, and then I wrote the chorus, I'm like playing with it, and me and Tip are talking, and he's messing with the music, and it just felt to me like a collaboration would be dope. And those two artists, they would understand the themes that I'm touching on, especially from a street standpoint. They would get it. You know what I'm saying? They would get what I'm saying, and they would be able to add their own, magic, their own flavor and sauce to the whole record, and it would make it more of an experience for people. And that would be dope, that collaboration. I just thought it'd be dope. And they both amazing MCs. They both can rhyme. And it was like, yo, this will sound crazy. I love Rick's voice, Joe's voice, the different registers, a little different from mine, one lower, one a little higher. It made sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So that was it. And, sometimes it's just as simple as just making it dope. You know what I'm saying? Just writing a song, being like, yo, I could hear on this one, boom. Like there are other songs I have other features on. I'm not talking about them yet, but I was like, yo, this person, like, boom. Like, oh yeah, this is, you know what I mean? Like, I got some things, man. Like, this is like, this is the tip of the iceberg, baby. It's getting ready. Yo, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I promise you, bro. It's the tip of the iceberg.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
This is fire though, man. I just gotta ask you, I know because you're running and you're doing a lot, but man, there's a cat out here, and I like the fact that you, first of all, with these new artists, they don't have a lot to say. When you ask them a question, everybody talks about the songs versus the songs, but the showmanship, the presentation, the preparedness is what I'm appreciating. And so I
Yeah.
think you're the person to ask this. There's a cat out here, there's a gospel rapper, Christian rapper named D1. And
Right.
he's talking a lot about the fact that guys who are out here who've achieved a certain status, are still talking about the game, the street life, the stuff.
Right.
What would you say if you could sit with an artist like that who's like not understanding why artists who have achieved a lot are still coming with the real?
Well, the first thing I would say is, achievement. First of all, it's not an artist. It's not an artist's job to preach. All right. So you don't confuse artistry with the pulpit. Doesn't mean that they shouldn't, but it's not a prerequisite to being an artist. Picasso didn't have to paint about something else. If he chose to paint about, he didn't live on a farm, let's say, anymore, so he shouldn't paint bulls anymore. The flip side of that is, I do understand what he's saying. I get it. I respect it. But you also have to remember that accolades and success aren't necessarily a sign of mental evolution.
Okay.
So what you're doing is you're saying, because you have X amount of platinum albums, you should speak about this. But here's my thing is that that person may not be there with you on that level, thinking like that. So sometimes you have to kind of reserve the moral judgment. You know what I'm saying? And just remember that the human experience that person has been through is the thing that's going to fuel their artistry. Now, is there room for artists like even a song like Saturday Night Special? Saturday Night Special is not glorification, and I'm not demonizing either. It is a true tale of what goes on in the world that can apply, whether it's in the street, the boardroom, or wherever, right? Yeah. But sometimes what I would say to the artist, to him, in the most positive way is, you do it. Like, if you want, you know what I mean? Like, if you want people to hear a certain message that angers you, that puts that fire in your belly, write the song.
Yeah.
And put it out.
Yeah.
That's your job. That is your assignment. Maybe that's what God is putting in your heart.
A calling. That's your call.
That's your calling. So answer the call. Make the album that you think we need to hear. And that would be a beautiful thing. Because I can't make this artist say that. I can't make Bruce Springsteen sing about, he was singing about the USA, but now that, because of what's going on, he has to go, like, he sings what he sings, she does what she does, Bob Marley writes what he writes. Some of them are evolved, some people talk from a different level, everybody's at a different point of human evolution and creativity. So, I don't begrudge with, I don't think he's wrong, I just don't think he's right. I think it's a matter of you do what's right for you. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, always remember, it's kind of like, asking a basketball player, why at this point don't you go left more? Dude, this is how I play my game.
Your game is your game.
This is my game. Your game is your game. So you go left.
Yeah. Yeah, you go.
And it's not a problem. And he's right, and he has every right to feel that way. Like, right. Incidentally, like, this is not like he didn't say nothing wrong. It's judgment on it, but sometimes the things that anger you, you have to do that because there is room for it. What I'm saying is that's a true statement. Yes, there is room. It would be nice to see, but everybody's different.
Somebody can do it.
Somebody can do it, but they got to do it from the heart.
Yep.
Like, it has to be true for it to really be effective. When I listen to Bob Marley, he was true. He wasn't, James Brown trying to do Bob Marley is not, we don't want that.
Nah.
We don't like, you know what I mean? Like, we want, and so with
authenticity. We want authenticity.
Authenticity and the purity of the art form. So yes, I commend him on the sentiment because I think his sentiment is a wonderful sentiment, because his sentiment, what he's saying is he wants to see great artists do more for the people in terms of the messages that they send out. And I think that that's a beautiful sentiment. The reality, though, is that everybody's not on that frequency.
Yeah.
And so
No, I
you
feel
know, so everybody can't tune into that frequency like that, like you can. So maybe you're a little more evolved in that area than some of these people who may be more accomplished than you. So your job now is to go out there and make the great music that you love and give people that thing that you think is missing.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, L, man. I mean this as a compliment. I heard Hov say it a long time ago. I walk in every room as myself, and that's
And he's
something,
right.
and that's something that you do. Because every point I've been with the FUBU guys at Super Bowl in the studio here at Tampa, and you've been the same guy that I'm sitting across from right now. So
100%.
be clear, man. I'm proud of you, man. Keep representing hip
Thank
hop
you.
well, and keep thriving, bro. Because you're killing
Thank
it.
you. Thank you, man. And I love what your man was saying. I love that. I love that challenge he put out there. I think that's real dope. He just got to answer his own call. You
There
know what
you
I'm saying?
go.
Much
There you
love.
go.
Saturday night special, baby. Let's get it.
All right.
All right. Peace and love, baby.
At that point, water boils away and drifts into